this continues. The fight against Cop City continues. I covered earlier in the week. I know you kind of wanted me to save it for you, but I couldn't resist the indictment against like 60 Cop City, 61 fighters against Cop City. That literally in the indictment it says things like they support quote unquote social solidarity and mutual aid.
Yeah, dude, it's remarkable reading that indictment. It's like, first of all, it looks like an ad for anarchy because they're like, they believe in mutual aid, and you're like, sounds rough.
A lot of it sounds like you could just reprint it on a pamphlet and hand it out to people to join anarchist groups, because it's like often when they hang out with the group or when they join the group, they're given things like food and help.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, this sounds awful. Sounds way worse than, like, I don't know, capitalism. Anyway, yes, so the fight against Cop City continues, which is fucking awesome. And they have put a call out for people to join them in Atlanta. November 10th through 13th, there will be days of action. It's called Block Cop City. And they're basically announcing ahead of time that they are going to engage in civil disobedience and direct action to block the construction of Cop City, which is fucking awesome. So if you're able, you can go to, well, I mean, if you're able to go to the website, but I mean, if you're able to go to Atlanta, people are definitely putting the call out to do so. There's more information. There's also a tour happening. Folks are from Cop City, or from the Stop Cop City movement, are going to be doing a speaking tour in order to...
Oh my God, would there be a bouncy castle?
I'm sure you could bring one.
Okay.
BYO.
Whenever I hear tour, I picture film like a music festival or something.
Do music festivals have bouncy castles? How old are you?
Of course they do. What music festival are you going? I'm going to the Wiggles.
That's probably a band.
It's probably a band? No, it's a famous kids band.
I don't actually know if you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Why do you know this?
Everyone knows the Wiggles. Everyone knows the Wiggles. You are fucking with me, aren't you? Everyone knows the Wiggles.
You're fucking with me.
Everyone knows the Wiggles.
You're going to take me some.
Everyone knows the Wiggles.
I'm so uncomfortable right now. Okay.
It's a thing.
All right. Anyway.
I think everyone knew that the conversation on Cop City was going to end up with the Wiggles.
The Wiggles are not a confirmed artist for the Block Cop City actions in November, but if you can, I would definitely reach out to them to see if they're available. I think that sounds great. So yeah, that's activists will be visiting over 70 cities to help drum up support and to prepare hundreds of affinity groups for the action. The tour will provide updates from Ground Zero, share strategic intelligence on the pivot towards mass action, and invite folks to travel to Atlanta in November to #BlockCopCity. So, rad, check that out, support it, make plans to go there if you can.
And I had something else on Cop City.
I think you can close the Wiggles tab, Lee.
I'll think about it. You don't know. Where the hell did I go? Oh, there it is. Atlanta community groups protest the RICO charges. This is just more information on it. Community members gathered outside of the Georgia Supreme Court recently to display their opposition to the extreme state repression that was brought upon activists in the movement to stop Cop City. The crowd of 70 people chanted, "Drop the charges now." So anyway, it's just to let you know this is going on. It's an ongoing battle, and the indictment was truly hilarious. If you missed my live stream on that, the indictment literally, we now have our government arresting people for social solidarity, for helping each other and joining each other in the fight. It's just repulsive. Okay, shall we move to the next topic?
Sure. And as Robin pointed out in the chat, can you click around less? God, it's so stressful. The city refusing to count petitions is the latest development, as I understand it. Yes. So for folks who don't know, Stop Cop City activists organized hundreds of thousands of petitions, basically had hundreds of thousands of signatures, way more than they actually needed, to make this a basically like a ballot initiative that the people in the that the people of Atlanta would vote on. And the city refuses to even acknowledge that they have the petitions. So
it's like 100,000 or something.
Yeah, it's like more than 100,000, like 160 or something, 116. I can't remember exactly.
I think it was 16.
Okay, well, whatever. It's a shit ton. Okay, whatever the numerical value of a shit ton is.
Literal shit ton.
That is what it is.
Literal.
So basically, and this comes after, let's not forget that that there were lines of hundreds, even thousands of people who lined up at City Hall in Atlanta to comment on not wanting Cop City. And they commented one after the other. And then City Council was like, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and go give the green light to Cop City. And it's like, you just listened to like hours of people saying, go fuck yourselves if you vote on Cop. And like,
and this always, every time they do something like that, it just proves my point that government is bought off, that we don't actually have a democracy that listens to the people. You know, every time they do this where they're like, we're going to listen to you, and then they go ahead and do it. Or like when the ballot initiative, after months of fighting and millions of dollars spent, the ballot initiative to increase the minimum wage to like $15 an hour for even for tipped employees. The council was just like, so we've heard you and we're not doing that. It was like, we just passed the ballot initiative. They were like, yeah, so about that, we don't care.
We don't care.
Yeah.
And this is actually, like, if you think about it, this is programmed into our system, right? Because that's why we have the Electoral College, because the founding fathers, in their infinite wisdom, decided that they wanted to make sure that, okay, well, if we just allow poor people and, you know, the unwashed masses to decide our fate as their rulers, that's actually dangerous.
The 94% of the country at the time that could not
vote,
that was not white landowning males, might end up having a say.
So you have things like the Electoral College. So this is actually like, this is woven into the fabric of our very system. And so I think that's another important thing to see blatantly made clear, such as in the happenings in Atlanta, that like at every single point that they want to, anytime they can listen, they can look at what you want to say and want to have happen, and they'll just be like, I disagree. And since I am the decider, I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever the fuck I want to do. And whatever this guy over here who's pulling the strings here wants me to do. And that's the whole system. That is the system in a nutshell.
Yep. Absolutely.